do it like
There we go.
so.
Okay.
It's not possible
So,
to zoom it. So
Zahra, if you would briefly introduce yourself and tell us what you're going to be talking about.
yeah, sure. My name is Zahra Jafarpour. I'm PhD student in visual and performing arts here. So I want to present two Iranian artists that they work with digital painting and digital media. And I selected two artists that I know them directly. So maybe in future I can connect them and we can have like some online studio visit with them. The first one is Parsu Furuher, born 1962 in Iran. Now lives and works in Germany, Frankfurt. She is a professor in Frankfurt University as well. And when she was studying art in Berlin, in Germany, her parents, Dariush and Parvane Furuher, were murdered by the Iranian Secret Service in their home in Iran. They like murdered brutally. It's like it calls chain murder in Iran in 1998. We have some writers and intellectual and political people killed in Iran by knife brutally in their homes. And after a while and after some months, they confessed that it was Iranian security service that killed them, like remove them politically. So it was really a turning point in her life. And after that, she stayed in exile in Germany. Every year, while it's could be dangerous for her, he came back to Iran to have anniversary for her parents. So her mom, her name was Parvane in Farsi, that means butterfly. So she worked with butterfly. And as you can see, her works is like in the surface and in the first gaze, you can see that it's like decorative and ornamental work. But when you look more, it's like about dead body, blood, who tortured and who is torturing others. She works with colors of Iranian flag, green, white, red, a lot, and it's like Iran flag has two sides for her, brutal sides and like proud side. That her parents work a lot for Iran, wanted like democracy in Iran, so she proud of Iran flag, but in the other side for Iran flag they murder. So if I can zoom that, yeah, you can see that it's like full of knife with police, like police and prisoner, you know, people with covered eyes. This collection called My Name is Green, My Name is Red. So she works digitally and she inspired of ornamental pattern of Iranian culture as well. Or for example, these portraits, that exact, this is a detail of the portrait. So and this is a page in the art of feminism. the book of the art of feminism about her, and this work is not digital. I just wanted to see her. And
It looks designed digitally. This is
sorry,
incredible.
Liz, what did you say?
It looks designed digitally, but installed spatially. It's really
Yeah,
incredible.
but in days and days in some museum and galleries, uh, this is like a example of her works before death of her parents. But until now, she's doing it in multiple versions. But in days and days, she wrote them actually, so it's not digital. Um, Another artist that I want to talk about is Gino Saqizadeh. She born in 1971 in Tehran. Now she lives and works in Toronto. So the first collection that I want to talk about is rock, paper, scissors. I don't know if you have this play that you play with your hand. Could be rock, paper, or scissors. So, and I don't know if in the United States, in my generation and in her generation, we had this type of ruler, that it was holographic ruler, that when you move them, you could see different images. Did you have them?
Yeah, yeah, lenticular images. Those used to also be in like cereal boxes.
Yeah, we had just, I had just as ruler. So he used this childhood memory in her works, and this is really interesting for me, that even her works are like digitally is really important. The material she used for printed them. So she printed them a mixture of Persian newspapers in the time of revolution, Islamic revolution, like these hands of doll hands and human hands of the game of rocks, paper, scissor, and some famous artwork of history of art, like this of Jacques-Louis David, or this Death of Maria of Jacques-Louis David, and many other artworks of like Peter Bruegel, Bush, and so on. So and she printed them on holographic mode, holographic paper. So you can't move them, but depend of where audience is, you can see different images. You know, you can see hands or newspaper on or artworks. And this is about the revolution of Iran and her childhood, and what they promised about the revolution, and then what exactly happened in Iran. And the last collection of her is also about digital painting, and really interesting for me, because he works with whale, and like suicide of whales, and the story of Yuna, Prophet Yuna, you know, that he lived in a whale body. So she digitally did drawing of whale in some of like city side of my city Aswan and Tehran. You can see the details. This is a river in my city Aswan that now is dry for like lack of management and political eco-political problems. So there are some dead whale in these landscapes. And in a solo show, she showed them in light boxes. this is a statement. I can send you a presentation and then you can. And this is, for example, in Tehran, capital of Iran, somewhere. And the title of the collection is Have You Heard Anything? That there are some problems that they are obvious, but like everyone ignore them. And this is a method that she used light box and like big light box that audience could see every detail of her works. Yeah, both of them, they are like multimedia artists and they have many works and many collections, but I just mentioned like digital, what is relative to digital paintings. Yeah, just it.
Thank you, Zahra. Any questions, y'all?
Why don't you, could you put the name of the first artist in the chat?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be great. I really love that work, Zahra.
How do you say it?
And
Is it?
she's like in Germany art scene. She's important and she's famous in Europe. Like,
Yeah. I think I've seen her work online before, but I've never got her name. So
yeah, sure. Her. Yeah, I wrote.
I really value. Thank you. And how do you, it's Parastu Foruhar? Is that how you say her name?
Parastu Foruhar. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. What I thought was interesting of the questions that I was noting while you were showing her work is, well, when it's sort of, it makes me think of like studies with multiple death rates and how we mold ourselves intervening factors, and I think that has a really interesting parallel to the chaos of political instability. And it also made me think of how being kind of in between abstraction and figuration can be empowering, because I mean, this is something that you mentioned with the second artist, Jinus Tagizadeh.
Yeah.
Tagizadeh. Is that we sort of have these issues that become open secrets, but nobody wants to put themselves under liability for speaking or saying it, and everyone knows.
Yeah, exactly.
We sort of look ourselves behind abstractions sometimes to protect ourselves, but also to speak metaphorically and allegorically sometimes about things that are difficult or challenging, both politically, socially, emotionally. So I really enjoyed that work. Thank you for presenting it and for the work that you put into the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So we'll share this to the site, and if you want to send me the presentation, I can also post the writings that you shared in the PowerPoint. We'll clean that up and post it as well. But I think one of the things that I really value about our international community, and you specifically, Zahra, is that you bring a different perspective, a different set of artists, a different set of aesthetic references and theoretical references that kind of enrich this discussion. So I really value that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I believe you did add these references to our reading list, so I'll share that as well. So we'll share that, and we'll meet again next week. This afternoon, we'll be speaking with one of our potential artist visitors. They'll be coming to campus, so I'm looking forward to that. And we'll have more updates to share hopefully after that meeting. And I haven't stopped transcription and recording.